This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. Well, a very pleasant good evening. Sorry we're coming to you a little bit late tonight because the JV game ran long. In fact, it just ended. And the JV team from Twin Falls knocks off the Preston JV club by 1 point, 41-40. So now we can turn our attention to the varsity game here this evening. Tonight's game is the 6th game of the year for the Preston Indians as they're on the floor getting loose now. The Indians coming, having won the last 2 games in a row with a record of 3-2. Following tonight's game, the Lady Indians will have about 9 days off over Thanksgiving before facing Century back here on November the 29th. The last game on Saturday night, the Indians downed Shelley Russets for the second time this year, this time winning by a final score of 69-37. The 69 points is a new high water mark for the Lady Indians this year. The lopsided win provided plenty of opportunity and playing time for some reserves off the bench for Coach Kimber Hall. Liz Linhart led the club with 14 points. Jessica Alder and Addison Mosier chipped in 10 points apiece. The Indians also had a strong defensive performance in the game as they allowed the Russets to score only in single digits in twice in the 4 quarters. They had 3 points in the second quarter and were held to only 9 points in the fourth quarter. So with the Twin Falls Bruins coming in, the Bruins come to town 2-1 on the year under coach Nancy Jones. The Bruins have won 2 straight games with wins over Burley 43-37 and over Ridgeview 52-23. Twins Falls dropped their season opening game to Caldwell, losing by 3 points, 38-35. As far as all-time against the Twin Falls Bruins, dating back to 2011, the Indians and Bruins have met 4 times. Each team has won twice. The Indians won 2 games against the Bruins head-to-head last year, winning by scores of 58-42 and 52-45. Twin Falls winning by a game back in 2016, 43-37, and then in 2011 they won 41-37. So we'll get ready for this evening's game, and this ought to be a pretty good matchup. I know Coach Kimber Hall was looking forward to it as we chatted a little bit before the game, as we'll turn our attention to the Twin Falls Bruins here tonight. As for us, we'll take a timeout as the ladies are on the floor getting loose for tonight's game, as they'll get a long break after this game here tonight. They'll get about 9 days off before taking the floor again back here against Century on the 29th of November. So we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will get to our pregame chat with Coach Kimber Hall. We'll talk a little bit about the game last Saturday against Shelley, that lopsided loss, and about a little more about tonight's game as well. We'll do all that as we continue right after this. This is the Preston Indian pregame show on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back to the Preston Indians pregame show. It's our pleasure to spend a few minutes with Coach Kimber Hall before this game tonight against the Twin Falls Bruins. I look back at last Saturday up at Shelley. You were able to beat them for the second time this year, and this time you beat them fairly handily.
Yeah, I was a little concerned just because we'd played them once before in just in a week, and thought that they did a pretty good job against us, but. I think just with our presence, our size, our speed, and our defense was able to control them early, and we were just able to hold on. Well, we kind of we beat them pretty good, but they've got a good little team that fights pretty hard. But all the girls played. We had 11 players play, and that was a good thing to get some of those kids in.
I was going to say just exactly that. You got an opportunity for you to go pretty deep in the bench and get some girls some experience.
Yes, and they really did pretty well. Sid Marlowe's doing real well for us. Anna Nelson came in and scored 4 points for us right at the end, and then all the other girls I think scored a layup or a point. We had quite a few girls that scored, and so a lot of kids played, and that's always good.
Did you try to keep Bethany Dow out of the game a little bit, or because she didn't score very much?
No, and we left her in until 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I wanted to get double figures. She blocked a lot of shots and had a lot of rebounds, but she could not get that 10th point. And it wasn't because Coach wasn't trying, because I'd like to see her score double figures, but it just wasn't to be.
In the couple of games before that against Shelley, you went quite a while. We didn't see the press there for a while. Was that by design, or just we're able to get it going?
Well, which game are you talking about?
Well, the two games previous to Shelley.
Well, Soda, we didn't press them because they're awful quick. And then when we needed to press them, it was effective at times. We're going to try to press tonight. I'd like to press all the time, but I can't do it all the time. But I feel like that we're going to try to press as much as we possibly can, because we're better when we're on the move, when we're running and then putting pressure on people and trying to get steals.
Take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk about tonight's opponent right after this timeout.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Welcome back. Spend a couple more minutes with Coach Kimber Hall before this game with Twin Falls. Let's look at tonight's opponent. What do you know about the Twin Falls Bruins?
Well, we've played them 3 times. 3 times. Played them one time the first year I was here, and we lost to them up to Twin Falls. Then we beat them the next year, and we beat them for the 3rd place in the state tournament, and then we beat them last year at their place. Coach Jones she's a fiery lady. Her father played for the Lakers back in the day when Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West played, and so she's very knowledgeable of basketball, been around all her life, and she's a very good coach. She likes to play aggressive man-to-man defense and push the ball, and so should be an interesting ball game.
Yep. It sounds like it should be a very interesting contest, and hopefully well played, and
we win.
Yeah, and you win it. As I was going to say, add that at the end. Hopefully, you come out with winning 3 in a row going into this week-long break. You're looking back.
Yeah, I'd like to have a real good game tonight and win, because we got to play Century here in a week, and that's no easy task.
What are you going to do during the time off? Are you going to give the girls a little time off, or are you going to practice?
We practice tomorrow, and then we give them off. Then we don't play until Thursday, so they get Thursday and Friday off. So, and they need to be with their families. We practice every day, and so we got plenty of time to prepare for Century on Thursday.
Happy Thanksgiving. Best of luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
That's Coach Kimber Hall. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and look at the keys to tonight's game right after this.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
Are you looking for a better interest rate on your bank accounts or checking account? Then Lewiston State Bank has the answer for you. This is Robert Stevenson, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high interest rate on the first $25,000. This rate is even higher than most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Logan branch on 3rd South in Maine, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed. And Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load. And they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length that will get that water running where it needs to go in the spring. Remember, too, that Valley Implement has a great selection of used tractors and farm equipment at prices that work for your operation. See Valley Implement and Irrigation in Preston, Logan, or Grace.
Welcome back to the Indians pregame show. Thanks again to Coach Kimber for a few minutes of his time. Coach Hall, we always are very appreciative of the time that he can give us indeed. The keys for tonight's game are very similar. It's pretty much what they've been for the other 5 games so far this year for the Lady Indians. You have to be able to keep Bethany Dow on the floor. Can't get her in foul trouble, as she needs to be able to have room to operate inside, which means The outside shooters need to be able to hit their shots, so they can't just pack in the defense inside the lane and keep her bottled up to where she can't necessarily get shots. She's scored 20 or more points in 3 of the 5 games so far this year, and twice has put up 30 points. In fact, her season high is 31 twice. She's blocked a total of 16 points this year as well, including a season high of 6 against Soda Springs. The other key tonight is basically the same as well. It's Liz Lindhart has to stay out of foul trouble and be able to stay on the floor as well, because that Twin Towers, so to speak, offense that Coach Hall can run with Dow and Lindhart both playing in the game at the same time and both playing down low, that doesn't work if she's sitting on the bench in foul trouble. Other games tonight going on around the Great Basin Conference for the ladies squads. Wood River is playing at Burley tonight. Kimber is at Jerome. Canyon Ridge is at Minico. Mountain Home will be at Pocatello. Mountain Home is a perfect 4-0 on the year, and they lead the conference so far. Century, the next opponent coming up in 9 days for the Lady Indians, is 3-0. And Minico is also 4-0, but they are listed third in the standings simply by the number of conference wins. Mountain Home and Century have 2 wins so far in the conference, where Minico only has 1. Opening lineups and the opening tip for tonight's game are coming up just around the corner. We'll take another timeout. We'll get to that as we continue here on the pregame show right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Kasasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Kasasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Kasasa? We're glad you asked that. Kasasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Kasasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level, with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
This is Preston Indians basketball. All the excitement of the best basketball action in Idaho is just ahead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Webb Funeral Home, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting LLC and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting LLC is strictly prohibited. Welcome in as we come to you live from Preston High School, as it is the Preston Indians playing host to the Twin Falls Bruins here tonight. Welcome in as Dan Hubbard with you this evening, as announcing the starting lineups onto the floor. And of course, they kill the lights here when they announce the starting lineups. As they get ready to announce the Preston Indians onto the floor. As the starters, the senior number 1, Jessica Alder. Elisa Wood will also get a start tonight. She is a senior as well, and she really kind of makes the club run. Young lady who's earned her way into the starting lineup, Addison Mosier, gets the start tonight, the sophomore, along with Bethany Dow, averaging well up over 20 points a game. And then Liz Linhart gets a start tonight as well for the Preston Indians. Indians come in with a 2-game winning streak. They are 3-2 on the year, as they will take on the 2-1 Idaho Falls Bruins tonight. As ready to play ball. Officials are ready. So the tip-off is controlled by Preston as they get it up into the front court. Mosier will give it off to Wood. Wood dribbles from the right side, gives it off. Right down the middle comes Alder. Had it poked away, then off her foot, and it rolled out of bounds. So it'll go over on the turnover. It goes over to the Bruins, and they get their first possession of the night. Over on the right side, it ends up in the hands of Caitlin Ayers. Down low, trying to go up. Fighting her way up is Kara Peterson for the first basket of the game. So breaking on top tonight is the Bruins. Wood, free throw line extended on the right side, gives it off to Dow. She'll dribble it to the free throw line, then give it to Mosier. A little 3-man weave as it goes out of bounds. That bad bounce pass right at her feet. Again, we've talked about it before. That's a much easier pass to catch at that close range. You just pop it out there. Don't try to bounce it down by their feet. It's controlled right along the sideline, and falling out of bounds with the ball was Paige Bream. Wood was there. The Twin Falls bench wants a little pushing foul, but they're not going to get it. Wood brings it up into the front court. Wood hands it off there to Mosier. A little spin move. Nice move down the middle. Gives it to Linhart. Put it up. That's no good. Rebound comes off. Put back by Alder is good. So Alder hanging around down below the basket, able to get the rebound and go right back up with it. It's 2-2. Cargill gives it off over on the far side to Bream. Back to Cargill. Now back to Bream out top. She comes over to the left side. They'll swing it all the way down into the corner as Alder able to come over and get a hand on it and tap it out of bounds. So it stays with the Bruins right in front of the Preston bench. Cargill up to the right elbow. They triple team the ball as it gets to the elbow, and somehow they get the pass out of there. All the way they'll swing it back around to the left side again. Cargill puts the ball to the dribble and almost had it taken away by Wood. Now it goes back to the elbow. Spin move there. Mumford kicks it off to the far side. Shot is an air ball. Loose, and it's going to be held underneath down on the paint. And that should stay with Twin Falls underneath their own basket, and it will with 6:07 left here in quarter number 1, and we are tied at 2. As they get it in, comes into Cargill. Double team the ball, does Preston at the top of the key. Comes back out to Brim, so work it all the way around, back over to the far side. Ayers can't do anything with it, so she'll give it back to Cargill, back to the top of the key, and she'll set up the offense again. Back on the right side, it goes back to Bream. Free throw line extended to the right. Standing in the three-point area. She's double teamed there. Down into the corner, it goes to Cargill. Bounce it down to Mumford down on the block. She gives it off to Peterson, who's fouled going up. Kate Peterson, the 5'5" sophomore, or senior rather, I'm sorry. She looks bigger than 5'5". I got to tell you that right off the bat. But she's going to go to the free throw line. First shot is up and in. That gives the Bruins a 3-2 lead. And the second shot, he rolls around, stays out, and Dow has her first rebound of the game. Bethany Dow dribbles the ball all the way down into the front court. Defenders are back, so she'll pull it back, gives it off to Mosier in the right corner. Mosier brings it back out to Wood, down the middle, lays it off to Linhart, lay it in. Liz Linhart gives the Indians their first lead of the game at 4-3. As it goes to Cargill. Good pressure defense tonight by Preston. They come out and they're in a 2-3 zone, and they're pressuring the ball everywhere it goes. They drop it down onto the blocks. But Kayla Rodriguez can't get a shot. She picks it back out to Bream. Her shot is no good. Dow with the rebound. Get it ahead to Wood up into the front court. She'll pull the ball back as the defenders are back. You swing it over in the far corner. That's through the hands of Alder and out of bounds. Brindley Iverson's going to come in for Twin Falls, as she will come in for Gracie Mumford, who will go to the bench. They get the press set up, does Preston. However, it's broken as Caitlin Ayers gets it up into the front court. They give it back as it goes to Cargill. They point down low. Three-point attempt put up and banks in by Caitlin Ayers. Her first points of the game, and it puts Twin Falls up by a score of 6-4 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Backdoor to Dow. Great move, lay it in. Bethany Dow with her first points of the game, averaging right at 21 points a contest. As we mentioned in the pregame show, twice this year she has 30 or more. As Rodriguez gets an easy walk to the layup, to the rim after they break the press. And it's now 8-6 halfway through the quarter. And Wood thought about handing it off to Mosier, didn't, and then put the ball back to the dribble, and that's a double dribble violation. Brindley Stotts comes in, number 3, as Tracy Mumford comes back. Rodriguez and Ayers both leave for Twin Falls, and again they get the ball in under four-court pressure. Cargill up to the timeline, it's deflected out of bounds. Good hands over there by Alder to tap the ball out of bounds. It's going to stay with Twin Falls in the front court. Cargill, she's double teamed. She can't go anywhere with it, so she gives it off to Bream. Free throw line extended on the right side. Back to Cargill. Right along the sideline, Young gives it back to Bream. Top of the key, swing it over on the left side as it comes to Stotts. Back down along the baseline. They'll bring it back out, still not able to get a shot. Finally get the ball across to Cargill. Hands it off down low. That shot's no good. Dow had it, tapped it forward to Alder. Alder up into the front court quickly with the dribble. Gives it off to Wood. Wood goes right down the paint again. Kick it back out. Mosier thought about the three, didn't take it. Down the middle, scoop shot. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line. Brindley Iverson draws the foul. That's her first. And Mosier's going to go to the line here. Addison Mosier makes the first. Cassie Pugmire comes in. Mosier, who started the game tonight as a 55% free throw shooter, she made the first, so she's now 7 out of 12 on the year. She makes them both. And we're tied at 8 with 3:10 showing on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard here in the first quarter. We're glad to have you with us here tonight. As the ball is taken away again by the Preston Indians. as they get it up into the front court. Swinging around. Pugmire didn't take the shot. Kick it back out, down into Dow. They'll get it back out. A three-pointer. That needs a bounce. Won't get it. Alder's shot stays out. And comes back to Alder. That shot's no good. Dow tried to get a rebound, and it's going to stay with Preston. We'd like to welcome those folks who've been listening to the USU Football Coaches Show. We're at 2:33 left here in the first quarter. You haven't really missed much because the JV game ran so long, in which Twin Falls ends up winning that game by a score of 41-40. So with 2:33 left here in the first quarter, we're tied at 8. As Mosier has it for Preston, lays it off. Little running leaner put in by Alder, gives her 4 points here in the first quarter, and it gives Preston a 2-point lead at 10-8. Drop it down in the corner, goes to Hicks. Drives the baseline, over on the far side, Stotts for three, no. Pugmire with the rebound. Gives it off to Moser on the run, up into the front court to Wood. Down on the left block, it goes to Dow. Left, she'll turn, shoot left-handed. That's no good. The rebound inside, taken down there by Mumford. And Twin Falls wants to slow it down a little bit as they get it up into the front court. On the baseline, now kick it over in the corner. Three-point attempt, needs a bounce, won't get it as that was put up by Hicks. Rebound, look out, we got bodies on the floor as they'll tie the ball up. And then Jessica Alder tried to pull the ball loose, and it was Gracie Mumford who took a spill and gets up gingerly, now heads off as she'll head back to the bench. 1:40 to play here in the first quarter. Wood up into the front court for Preston. Spin move, gets it back to Mosier, strong to the hoop, and she's fouled. Mosier caught the ball about 30 feet from the basket and went strong to the basket. Madison Hicks draws the foul, that's her first. And Mosier, who made 2 free throws a few moments ago, now back to the free throw line. First one is good. She's made all 3 free throws that she has attempted so far here tonight. And now back to the line to try to give Preston a 4-point advantage, which she does. So she's 4 for 4 from the line tonight. And the full court pressure again put on by the Indians. Bream gets it across the timeline to Stotts. Bad pass, it's loose in the paint. However, the Bruins able to get it loose and get it back out. Kick it back over to Stotts again in the right corner. She takes a one-bounce dribble, goes in back into the corner. A three-pointer from there is a long rebound comes off to the Indians. Pugmire gave it off to Dow, and Dow will bring the dribble up into the front court. Nobody's going to step in front of her and stop her, so she goes all the way to the basket and lays it in. You got to step in front of the ball handler and stop her at some point, as got a traveling violation. Is a good thing because Pugmire took the ball away just after the travel was called. Mumford back in. Four-point lead here as we play in the final minute of quarter number 1 for the Indians. Back door, Alder, good. Perfect pass as well from Elisa Wood. Gets Alder the easy layup. Again, full court pressure by the Indians. They get it up into the front court, almost traveled again. Ball goes to Rodriguez down on the right block, tries to shoot, has it blocked, saved on the floor. However, it's off Twin Falls and out of bounds. 16-8 with 27 seconds left here in quarter number 1. Wood gives it off to Pugmire. Back to Mosier, again strong to the basket, lay it in. Addison Mosier taking over the first quarter. She has 6 and a 10-point lead for the Indians. Cargill drives against Dow, blocked by Dow, out of bounds. 2.7 left in the quarter. Cargill trying to get it in under her own basket. She throws it away. It goes to Alder with 2 seconds on the clock. Her shot is no good. It goes high off the stanchion and out of bounds, and that's the way the first quarter will end here tonight. Good quarter for the Indians. They lead by 10. It's 18-8. Back with second quarter action after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
After one quarter tonight, the Preston Lady Indians leading by a score of 18-8. Glad to have you along with us. Dan Hubbard courtside. John Beverly back in the studio at 105.5 FM. Twisting the dials and producing for us back there. So as we go to the second quarter, ball will belong to the Twin Falls Bruins. Mosier was 6 in the first quarter, leads all scorers in the game. As the Bruins get the ball in, Alder, or I should say Cargill rather, kicks it back out as it comes to Ailes. She has it back now, brings it back top of the key. She'll give it back to Cargill, trying to set up the offense. Gives it back to Ayers over on the right side. Now come back over on the left side with the dribbles. It ends up in the hands of Paige Bream. Almost had it taken away, gives it back to Cargill, dumps it down in the paint to Mumford. She goes to the basket, but she's fouled, and we'll go to the free throw line. Foul's going to go against Bethany Dow, just her first foul here tonight. Second team foul against the Preston Indians here in the first half, and Mumford's first shot is no good. So she'll go to the line to get the second. Still looking for her first points of the game. Second free throw is good, and Mumford's on the score sheet. That makes it 18-9. Just moderate pressure in the backcourt as Wood brings it up, gives it off. The little layup there is put up by Rodriguez will draw the foul. That's her first. Bethany Dow will go to the line to shoot two. So Sydney Marlowe to the floor, making her first appearance, the sophomore. First one by Dow was no good. Her second free throw, arches high, that's no good as well. It's tapped and saved on the floor. It's going to be controlled by the Bruins. Bream pushes the ball up into the front court. Defenders are back, so she'll dish it off. Gives it off to Ayers down in the corner. Can't get a shot there, so Rodriguez tries to dribble it out of the corner. Gives it off to Bream. Now back down to Rodriguez along the baseline. She's cut off. And going to call a foul on Cassie Pugmire. That's Pugmire's first, 3 on the team here. Ayers, free throw line extended left. Woods pokes at it, almost got it away from her. And from her wallet, able to throw it off and give it off to Cargill. Back out top to Ayers. Crossover dribble, can't go anywhere. Now they give it inside to Mumford, almost traveled back to Cargill at the top of the key. Comes back over here on the near side as it comes to Ayers. Nothing doing there, back to Cargill. The three-point land, good defense by the Indians, not giving them any shot really. In fact, hardly able to penetrate with the ball. Mumford along the baseline, and she's fouled from behind. They're going to get Dow, I think, for her second. And it is. So Dow whistled for her second foul. And Mumford will go to the line to shoot 2 once again. Makes the first. Liz Linhart comes back. Bethany Dow with her 2 fouls will head to the bench. And Munford will shoot 1 more. She made them both. Gives her 3 in the game, and it cuts the lead down to 7, 18-11. And Preston has gone a minute and a half without a point here so far in quarter number 2. And the pass deflected in the backcourt, and then Cindy Marlowe commits a foul in the backcourt, trying to tie up the ball, but she's called for a foul instead. So Sydney Marlowe whistled for her first. That's 5 team fouls now on Preston here in the first half. Full court pressure again put on by the Indians. Ayers goes back to Bream, up in the front court to Mumford. Lead pass is a little bit too far in front of her. However, Rodriguez got a hand on it, and Marlowe came over and knocked it out of bounds. Sage Meeks into the game for the first time, as Addison Mosier will go to the bench with her 6 points. They get it into Rodriguez. Over on the right side, free throw line extended now, bring it back out top. It's Ayers with the ball. Back over on the right side, it goes to Bream. Down to Ayers, now back to Bream, bring it back across to Cargill. As Bream runs the perimeter, gets it back on the left side this time. Back to Cargill, she'll bring it back out top. Back to Ayers. 5:40 to play here in the first half. Preston up by 7 as Twin Falls having a difficult time figuring out this 2-3 zone defense. Bounce it in on the elbow, kick it back out to Ayers. They couldn't get a shot. That was Mumford who had it momentarily and kicked it back out. Back to Cargill on the right side. Rodriguez down the right side of the lane, put it up and in. Gives her 4. The Preston lead is down to 5 as they've now gone almost 3 minutes without a point. Kick it back out top as it comes to Wood. Wood wants to set up the offense, dribbles between the legs once, now tries to go around her defender. Nice layoff as it goes to Linhart. Her little 2-footer is no good as it rims off. Picked up by the Bruins, back up into the front court. Here comes Bream. Cargill thought about the 3 and then traveled. She thought about it and instead found Rodriguez standing alone down on the right block, and in doing so she drugged the pivot foot. That's a traveling violation. Turnover gives the ball back to the Indians. It'll be their ball baseline backcourt as Meeks will bring it into Wood. Little pressure in the backcourt by Stotts to get it up in the front court. Meeks has it down in the corner. Get it down low again to Linhart, put it off the glass and in. Liz Linhart with 4 in the game. That's the first points in the second quarter for the Indians. They went almost 3.5 minutes without making a hoop. Cargill intercepted by Linhart, steps in front of it, 2-on-1. Linhart and Woods. Linhart left-handed, no good. Rebound down low comes off to Rodriguez, gives it off. Now quickly up into the front court, it's Morgan Cargill. On the block, it goes there to Iverson. Kick it back out. Stotts has it on the left side, now down on the corner. Mumford has it down in the corner. Comes back with it, now back down on the block. As it goes to Iverson. Bounce pass off the shin of the intended receiver and be held underneath the basket. It's going to go back over to the Preston Indians with 3:54 to play here in the first half. Dow on the bench with 2 fouls. She's going to check back in, though, and come back into the game with the next whistle. Meeks gives it off to Wood. Wood kind of direct traffic a little bit as she holds the ball up above her head. Near the top of the key. She goes around the screen set by Linhart. Tried to go to Linhart on the pick and roll. Has off her hands and picks up there by the Bruins up into the front court. Ayers with it at the top of the key. Bounce it down on the block. Shot there put up by Iverson. That's no good. Here come the Indians again, back the other way. It goes to Wood in the corner, looking for a three. No good. Off the front of the rim, Wood able to chase down her own rebound out near the timeline with 3:05 to play in the half. Gives it off to Meeks. To Alder in the left corner, dribbles out of the corner, down the key, no good. And the rebound is inside, controlled by Iverson, and a reach-in foul, probably against Jessica Alders. It is. And that's 16 fouls now in the first half against the Indians, and they're out of fouls. So the first foul against Alder, and 16 fouls now in the half against Preston. So it'll be free throws the rest of the 2 minutes and 50 seconds for the Bruins if they should be fouled. Cargill up into, that's a 10-second violation, not able to get the ball up into the front court. Good work by the press, turns the ball over for the first time tonight for Preston. Meeks will get the ball back in, gives it off to Wood. Dow sets herself over in the right corner. Driving, kicking. Ball comes loose. Meeks able to chase it down amongst a couple of blue jerseys. Gives it back to Dow. Dow on the right block, goes up off the glass, needs a little roll, won't get it. And it's controlled there by Cargill. She had Dow on her hip there for a minute, and very wisely Dow pulled off not to pick up that third foul before the end of the first half. Down in the corner, she stepped out of bounds. They got it to Rodriguez along the baseline. She tried to drive and she stepped out of bounds. So it turns the ball back over to Preston with a 7-point lead. Neither team has scored very much here in the quarter. The Bruins have only 4 points. However, Preston has only 2. As the ball loose underneath, a couple of bodies end up on the floor, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to end up with Twin Falls. Nancy Jones, the head coach for the Bruins, complained to the referee about the rough play so far here in the first half. We've had bodies all over the place so far. Morgan Cargill gives it off. Ayers dribbles back from right to left. She gives it off to Kara Peterson and back into the game. Rodriguez to Ayers, looks at a three, good. Ayers makes her second three of the half. She has 6 points, and the lead now down to 4, 20-16, with 1:35 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Meeks wants a three of her own. That needs a bounce, won't get it. Alder goes back, put it in, and she's fouled. Count the basket. And she'll go to the line now to try to complete the three-point play. Opens the lead back up to 6 points again at 22-16. And Jessica Alder, an 81% free throw shooter at the line. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Tapped around, it's going to be controlled there by Michaela Rodriguez for the Bruins. She gives it off to Morgan Cargill, who gets the dribble up into the front court. Peterson gives it off down low. Rodriguez has her shot blocked by Dow and out of bounds. Second block of the game for Dow. 1:15 to play in the half. Goes over in the corner to Beam. Again from the corner. Shot's gonna be too long, put up by Peterson. Beam able to go and get it. She saves it in the left corner. They'll swing it back out. Ayers gives it back down to Cargill. Cargill kick it back to Ayers as she terminated the dribble. Now back to Cargill on the left side. Now to Ayers, looks at the three where she made it there for a minute ago, but gives it off back to Cargill, back out top. We're in the final minute here of the first half. 47 seconds to play in the half. Comes back to Peterson, can't get a shot. She'll put it into Rodriguez in the paint. Has to kick it back out along the baseline. It goes back to Beam and she steps out of bounds. Second time tonight, the Bruins have got the ball right along the baselines and have stepped out of bounds. So the ball goes back to Preston with 38 seconds to go in the half. Bad pass thrown by Meek, intercepted by Twin Falls. Cargill pushes the dribble back up into the front court. And down low, Dow from behind. She's going to pick up that third foul, and that's going to be 1-and-1 free throws coming up here. as going to the free throw line is Mackenzie Rodriguez. Sydney Marlowe back into the game to replace Dow. Marlowe will go down on the left block with that inside position, waiting for the rebound. 1-1, the first one by Rodriguez is good. That gives her 5 in the game and cuts the lead down to 5. It's 22-17. Second one from Rodriguez. No good. Controlled there. Alder for Preston. Pushes the dribble up into the front court. Over the left corner, it goes to Wood. Back out top to Alder with 15 seconds on the clock. Down low, it's bad pass over the head of Marlowe. Taken away by the Bruins, who try to get the last shot. 8-7 and a double dribble. They'll turn it back over to the Preston Indians with 7 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Wood, bounce to get it down low. Lindhart had it knocked out of her hands, and that's the way the first half's going to end, as dribbling the ball back up to where the timeline was Morgan Cargill, but that's the way the first half ends. Big first quarter for the Preston Indians, and then a real small second quarter as they scored only 4 points in the second quarter. However, they lead by 5 as we go to the halftime break. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll talk about the first half. When we come back, it's Preston 22, Twin Falls 17 on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. The pep band's playing. The drill team out on the floor performing their Veterans Day routine, I believe they said it was. Anyways, we are at halftime. The Lady Indians leading by the score of 22-17. We talked about important keys at the beginning of the game. One of those was that Bethany Dow had to stay out of foul trouble. Well, she has 3 in the first half. She's collected only 4 points so far in the first half. She spent a good chunk of the second quarter on the bench, but then with about a minute and a half to play in the half, she picked up her third foul, had to go back to the bench. The other key we talked about was Liz Lenhart, who needed to be able to stay on the floor. She's done a pretty good job of that. She doesn't have any fouls so far yet tonight and has 4 points, but she's missed a couple of layups down low, which could have increased the lead for the Preston Indians. They lead at 22-17. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, look at the stat sheet after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Welcome back. We are at halftime. Take a look at the stat sheet from the first half here while we have a second. First for Twin Falls, Kara Peterson had 2 in the first half. Caitlin Ayers had a total of 6. Michaela Rodriguez with 5. Gracie Mumford had 3 all free throws that she had put in. That's a total of 17. For the Preston Indians in the first half, Jessica Alder had 8. Addison Mosier had 6 strong points in the first half. Bethany Dow was held to just 4 and has 3 fouls in the game so far tonight. And Liz Lenhart, excuse me, Liz Lenhart has a total of 4 points here in the first half as well. Take another timeout, come back, second half action coming up just around the corner. It's Preston Indian basketball on 105.5 FM, AM 1340 and mylocalradio.com.
Better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest.
The Indians try to get up, and actually it's the Bruins have the ball, and that's going to be a pushing foul from behind. Liz Linhart draws her first foul, and an early team foul against the Indians just 17 seconds into the half. So the ball belongs to the Bruins underneath their own basket as they trail by 5 here in the in quarter number 3. And that ball's tied up, and that's going to go back over to the Indians. Good hands there by Bethany Dow to reach in and tie up the ball from Michaela Rodriguez. Here comes Preston up into the front court with the dribble. Allison Woods goes around to Cargill, gives it back over to Mosier. Mosier's going to go down the right side, drop it down low to Dow. Dow goes right back up with it too strong, and the rebound comes off as it's pulled away by Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Cargill, hurries the dribble up into the front court. Kicks it off here to the near side as it goes to Ayers. Ayers looks inside, nothing there, so go to Beam. Free throw line extended left, back to Ayers for 3. In and out, stays out. Rebound comes off, finally chased down by Mosier along the sideline. She pushes the ball up into the front court. Over here to the near side, that's Alder for 3. That's no good, and Cargill has that rebound. Back up into the front court. Nice pass underneath to Rodriguez, who lays it in. Rodriguez has 7. That cuts the lead down to 3. It's 22-19 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Mosier, top of the key, gives it back to Woods. Doesn't shoot there. Goes to Alder. Alder down low, lays it in. Alder has 10 and leads the Indians in scoring. It's 24-19 as the lead back out to 5 again. In the corner, they'll kick it back out. Alder across the top of the key, gives it off to Cargill. There's that 2-3 zone press again. Down low on the baseline, Mumford goes up, may have gotten a part of it from behind, was Linhart, and now Mosier pushes up into the front court to Wood on the left side. Back down to Linhart, off the glass, that's no good. Dow with the rebound, Ben lost it just before she could go up, and Cargill, Beam has it up into the front court. Beam gives it off on the right side to Ayers, back down the corner to Beam. Right at the elbow, which can't get a shot, was Rodriguez, was wide open for a 15-footer and didn't take it. Mumford from the right block kicks it off. That's a 3-pointer put up and in by Caitlin Ayers, her third 3 of the night, and cuts the lead now down to 2. Preston led this game by 9 just about halfway through quarter number 2. Another turnover on a bad pass. Here comes the Bruins. They can tie it with a 2-pointer here on this trip. Cargill will kick it back out to Ayers. To Beam over on the left side. Free throw line extended. Down on the baseline as it goes to Rodriguez. Skip pass back to Cargill, now over on the right side. Can't get a shot. They'll swing it again. Back to Ayers. Looks at another three. Too long this time as the ball's knocked away from behind. Alder had the rebound, but coming in was Caitlin Ayers to knock it away. And coach wants a timeout, and he will get it with 4:51 left here in quarter number 3. We'll take it as well. Back in a minute. All right, after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back. Preston has the ball. 4.5 left in here in quarter number 3. They turn the ball over. It's saved on the court by the Bruins, controlled by the Bruins as it picked up by Grace Mumford. Mumford pushes up into the front court. She gives it off to Cargill. Now back over to Ayers. Ayers with it back out top. Swings it over here. Look out. Almost a bad pass. Beam had to go up high to get it. Now she has a free walk to the basket. Instead, she'll give it off to Mumford along the baseline. Back to Ayers for 3. No. Good rebound inside, taken away by Jessica Alder for Preston. Up in the front court, it goes to Moser on the right side. Gives it back to Alder. Back out top to Moser now. She looks to do something with the ball. She'll give it off to Woods. It's a little 3-man game there. Back to Alder, drives and lays it in. Alder has a dozen. And Preston back up by 4 again, 26-22. Beam with it, can't do anything with it. Finds Cargill finally in the corner, who will dribble the ball back out to the top of the key. Mumford at the left elbow. And a traveling violation as Ayers thought about it, but then moved the pivot foot. That's a turnover. Ball goes back over again to Preston. 3:24 to play on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard. Preston up by 4, 26-22. Shot there by Linhart is no good. Dow goes up, loses the ball before she can get control of it. And now taken away, here comes Paige Beam up into the front court again for the Bruins, right in front of her own bench. Gives it off, ends up in the hands of Rodriguez, who drives, and she's fouled. Dow was right there. Hopefully it's not on her. If it is, it's 4. Somebody call something. Nope, it's going to be on Addie Moser. That's her first. But 2 team fouls now in the second half here against Preston. None through the first 4 minutes, making almost 5 minutes of the third quarter for the Twin Falls Bruins. And down low, a nice pass. Iverson tried to go up, and Linhart's going to draw the foul. It's 2 on Linhart, 3 on Dow, and 3 on the team here in the half. And Brindley Iverson's going to go to the line to shoot 2, looking for her first points of the contest here tonight as well. Bushman's an air ball on the free throw. Sydney Marlowe comes back into the game. She'll replace Liz Linhart, who will go to the bench with 2 fouls here in the quarter. And now Iverson, who airballed the first shot, will try free throw number 2. Missed them both. Dow inside with the rebound with muscle, took it away from Marlowe. Dow's going to push it all the way up to the front court herself. Now she'll hand it off to Moser. Back out top to Wood. Thought about a 3, didn't take it. Back to Moser. Tried to get it to the cutting Marlowe. Knocked away. Nice play on defense there by Twin Falls. And bring the ball back up into the front court is Paige Beam. Beam on the elbow. They'll kick it back out down low now as it goes to Rodriguez. She's stuck in the paint, has to get it out. Goes to Stotts in the left corner. Back out to Beam. Beam, a little 13-foot runner. That's no good as Alder has the rebound. Quickly, they get it ahead to Wood. 1-on-3. She's going to line up a three-pointer and make it. Needed a bounce, and it went in. First 3 points of the game for Wood. Makes it 29-22. Lead back out to 7 again. 2:10 to play in the quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Beam. Back over on the right side, now down into the corners. It goes all the way down to the corner to Rodriguez. Tries to dribble along the baseline, and a timeout called here by the Twin Falls Bruins coach. So Coach Jones wants a timeout. We, again, will take one here as well. 30-second timeout. Back right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Have to laugh. The PA announcer here at Preston High School reminding all the seniors who are here at the game that they have 1 hour left to turn in their senior research paper. You have to wonder if maybe that's for his class. That's funny. Oh, that's great. Bruins ball underneath their own basket. 1:58 to play in the third. Three-pointer from the corner. Needs a bounce for Meek. Won't get it. Dow knocks somebody down. Luckily doesn't get a foul called against her as they push it back up into the front court. Alder swings it over to Marlowe. Marlowe tries to step in and throw a pass, and this time again Dow is not called for a foul, as trying to save it on the floor was Beam and ended up throwing it away. That's twice in a matter of about 30 seconds that Dow very easily could have had foul number 4. Gets a pass from Marlowe. Her 15-foot jumper is no good. Rodriguez has the rebound. To Cargill, back up into the front court with 1.5 to play in the quarter. To Stott over on the far side. As it went to Cargill, Stott has to go back and get it. That's a backcourt violation here against the Bruins, and it's another turnover. It goes back over to Preston with 1:22 to play. Kara Peterson back into the game. Caitlin Ayers also back into the game, number 14 for Twin Falls. 7-point lead for Preston. Wood gives it off to Mosier. Right side, now back out top to Wood. Wanted to go along the left side, but there was nothing there. So that she gives it off to Dow. Free throw line extended left. Back to Wood. Wood, couple bounce dribble, gives it off. That's Alder. Bring it back out top to Mosier. Back to Dow. In the paint from about 12, no good. As they're going to call that a tie-up on the rebound. And the ball's going to go back over to Twin Falls on the alternating possession rule. So the ball belongs to the Bruins in the backcourt. Peterson brings it into Breeley Stout. Gives it off to Alder. Over on the far side, then coming over, trying to intercept the pass and running into the receiver of the pass was Sydney Marlowe. That's her second, team's fourth, with 48 seconds to play here in quarter number 3. Stotts. Iverson. Take it back over on the far side. It's a three-pointer by Peterson. It's no good. Rebound down low. Rodriguez will go back up. She's fouled, and she was going to go back to the free throw line. That's Marlowe's third as she picks up that foul. 2 quick fouls since coming back into the game. And now Michaela Rodriguez back at the free throw line with 9 points so far on the night. She misses the first. She makes the second. Lead down to 6 as we play the final 35 seconds here in quarter number 3. Marlowe, her shot from the baseline, no. Dow gets the rebound, back up, won't go down for, but she's fouled and she'll go to the free throw line. Foul's going to go on number 20, Kayla Rodriguez. That's her second. That's just the first team foul of the second half for the Bruins. They went 7.5 minutes without committing a foul. The first foul shot by Dow was no good. Dow, who averages almost 21 points a game, has only 4 in the game so far tonight. As she shoots the second. That one needs a bounce and won't get to bounce that one either. And again, the rebound is tied up, and it's going to go. It's going to stay with Preston, luckily enough, underneath their own basket with 28 seconds to play in the quarter. Wood looking for somebody to get it into, gets it into Mosier, who takes a pretty good shove in the back for no foul. Goes back to Wood. Wood kicks it back out to Alder, now back to Wood. Now Dow gets it at the free throw line. Turn goes down the right side, that's too strong. Rebound is off as it comes off to Rodriguez. 12 seconds to play in the corner. Stout gets it ahead as it goes to Peterson. Back to Stout with 5 seconds on the clock, and it goes out of bounds. 4.3 seconds left in the quarter. Twin Falls ball, out of bounds, baseline, front court, underneath their own basket with 4 seconds left. Gives off to Iverson in the corner. They'll kick it back. A 3 by Peterson. Good at the buzzer. Peterson nails the 3 and cuts the lead down to 3 as we go to the fourth. Fourth quarter brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. We'll go to the fourth when we come back. It's 29-26 on FM from 105.5 FM, AM 1340 and mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
We'll go to the fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Preston leading by 3, 29-26. Find themselves in a tough game tonight here against Twin Falls, leading by 3 as we start the fourth quarter. Beam kicks it back out as it comes to Ayers. Swing it over on the left side as it goes to Cargill. Back to Ayers. She's made those all night long, and she's made another. Her fourth 3 of the game, and that ties the game at 29. Ayers has a dozen. Drop it down low. Lindhart has to go and get it. Able to keep control of the ball. That goes off the rim. Dow is going to be fouled when she tries to go back up. So Dow will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Caitlin Ayers draws her first foul, just the second team foul of the half against the Bruins, and now down with the free throw line. She only has 4 points in the game tonight, so it's second game in a row. She's had a kind of a tough time shooting, and she misses her third free throw in a row. So she'll shoot the second, trying to give her Indian teammates the lead again. Needs a bounce, won't get it. So she's missed 4. Rodriguez with the rebound, gives it off to Cargill, who pushes it up into the front court. Goes off to Ayers. Here on the near side, it comes to Beam. Beam crossover, gets about 16 feet from the basket, gives it up to Mumford. Back to Ayers over on the far side. At the left elbow, she'll give it off as it goes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looks, gives it back to Cargill, driving all the way to the basket, no good. Dow with the rebound, strong. Pushing quickly up into the front court. It's 4-on-3 numbers for the Indians. Dow missed, forgets the rebound, that's no good. Ball's at her feet, she doesn't see it, and it's going to be tied up and held once again, and it's going to stay with the Preston Indians again on the alternating possession rule. 6:37 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard here in the fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Wood brings the ball in from underneath their own basket. They kind of form a picket line down the right side of the key, rather. Wood trying to get it in, now finds Pugmire just back into the game. Back to Wood, now back to Pugmire. Lob inside to Dow. She'll turn right, high off the glass and in. Dow with 6 points in the game, and she's had to work to earn those. And Preston goes back up by 2 again, 31-29. Ayers fakes a couple of times. Now gives it off to Mumford straight away. Cargill with it, free throw line extended left. Bounce pass down low as it goes to Rodriguez. Lays it off to Mumford, and she's fouled. That's 4 on Dow. So Bethany Dow draws the foul. That's number 4 on her. And that's 6 on the team. So once again, Preston is out of fouls with 6:08 to play here in quarter number 4. So here's Gracie Mumford, who has 3 points in the game, and all the points she has have all come on free throws, and she misses this one. Mumford will get the second. See Coach Jones trying to root on her defense back there. They're going to run defense number 2 as Mumford makes the second of her 2 free throws, gives her 4 in the game, and it cuts the lead down to 1. 31-30, Preston on top. Alder back out top to Wood. Swing it over on the right side as it comes to Pugmire again. Now back to Wood. Now thought about a 3, didn't take it. Gives it off to Dow. Dow runs over. That's a charging violation. That's 5 on Dow, and she's gone. Dow runs over a girl. Good work actually by Paige Beam drawing that foul, then kind of with a convincing acting job as well, as the referees call the charging violation, and a timeout here taken by Preston. Indians lead by a point, 31-30. Back after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo Robotic Assistance System at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
.5:45 left here in the ballgame. Preston leads by a point. Cargill drives, has it stripped away, taken away by Alders, controlled by Alders. Alders pushes the ball up into the front court. Gives it off to Wood. Wood crossover dribble, now goes back to Alder, top of the key. Down the right side, kick it off back to Wood. Looks at a 3. Good! Lisa Wood with a 3. She has 6 tonight, and it makes it 34-31 as it leads back out now to 4 points. Beam hands it off to Rodriguez. Looks inside, she'll cross over, go around the screen, then lose the ball on the drive. Elisa Wood is a 57% three-point shooter, and she hit nothing but net that last trip down the floor. We cross under 5 minutes now remaining in the game. Pugmire for 3, that's short. Rebound is off, pulled down by Cargill. She brings the ball across the timeline, now takes it over on the left side. Wants to go down the corner, can't. She'll kick it back out as it comes back out to the top of the key to Rodriguez. Rodriguez drives, now stops, kicks it back out. Cargill tries to get it down low to Mumford. Good hands there by Linhart to knock the pass away. And it's going to stay out of bounds, baseline front court for the Bruins with 4:32 left on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard, with the Indians leading by 4, 34-30. Cargill into Beam, and she traveled. She tried to come to a jump stop, and her feet slid. Wasn't intentional, but it's a traveling violation. The ball goes back over to the Indians again. Mosier, crossover dribble, down in the corner. It goes to Pugmire from the baseline. Shot too strong. That right there, with the putback is Alder. That's no good. Beam has the rebound, pushes up into the front court quickly. Defenders are back, so she'll pull the ball back out. She goes around the screen set by Mumford. Taken away by Pugmire. Nope, they're able to get it back. Mumford goes back, go up. Nope, no shot. She traveled twice in a row. She started up and tried to reload, and in doing so, her feet left the floor. That's a traveling violation. So the ball back over to the Indians as we go under 4 minutes to play now in the game. Mosier and Wood, they cross at the top of the key. Wood has it in the corner, goes to Pugmire, can't get a shot, gives it back out to Wood. Back to Mosier, free throw line extended right, back over to Wood. Thought about it, wanted to go back down in the corner to Pugmire. Pugmire broke for the basket, had to go back and get it. Able to save it on the court neatly. Nice play by Pugmire. And the same thing happens again. She breaks along the baseline, and Wood threw it to where she used to be. Ball goes to Linhart, and Linhart gets the little 6-footer in the lane. Linhart has 6, and it's a 6-point lead for the Preston Indians. We'll take a timeout. Back after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our My Rate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewis and State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Well, for the Preston Indians, it's going to take some work over the last 3.5 minutes to bring this game to a close, as they're going to have to do it without their leading rebounder and shot blocker, Bethany Dow, who's fouled out of the game. She left the game with only 6 points. Liz Linhart was 6. Alicia Wood was 6. Jessica Alder leading all Preston scores in the game tonight. She has a dozen. So here we go. Meek with it over on the left side. She'll bring it back out to the top of the key. 3:10 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. It goes to Stott through her hands and out of bounds. That's a big turnover there against Twin Falls. Preston by 6, get the ball up into the front court. To Alder, kick it back out top to Wood. Wood back to Mosier, free throw line extended right. Back out top again to Wood. Wood wants to go back over to Alder, now she gets it right back. Trying just to run some clock here. Wood will give it off back to Mosier here on the near side. Back to Pugmire down in the corner. Can't get a shot there, tried to throw it away. Cargill able to intercept it, and hustling Wood back up the floor, knocks it away. Ball will stay with Twin Falls, but credit Wood saving that odd man rush. Cargill gets it in to Beam. Back to Cargill in the left corner. Her three-pointer's too long. Alder has the rebound. And waiting for the ball handlers to come back and get the ball. They get it up in the front court to Mosier. Now back to Wood. 2:20 to play. And they'll just work the perimeter again. Linhart in the game for Dow, who's fouled out of the game down on the left block. Mosier gets it back. It finds herself in a crowd. Little flip pass goes back to Wood. Wood tries to go down the middle. Little backdoor play to Pugmire, who saves it on the floor. Back to Mosier. Her shot's partially blocked. Comes down to Beam. Beam's going to push up into the front court with 1:50 to play. Indians leading by 6, 36-30. A low-scoring game tonight for Preston, as they've had to work for every point. Stott, that's a 2. That's going to be well short. Linhart has the rebound on the air ball, and she tied up her foul. That's going to be a foul charged against Rodriguez. That's her third, team's third. And a timeout taken here again by Coach Hall and the Preston Indians. So a timeout here again. We mentioned that this has been a low-scoring game tonight for the Indians. As for Preston, in the 5 games they've played have been decided by a wide variety of outcomes. In the 3 wins they've had, against Shelley twice and a game against Canyon Ridge, they combined for a winning margin of 76 points. That's 25 and 0.3 points per game. The 2 games they've lost this year, against Mountain Home and against Soda Springs, they've lost those games by a combined total of 25 points, or 12.5 points a game. But they've never been in a game so far this year this close. It was by a 6-point margin with 1:38 to play. So how will the game come out? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Reminder that November 29th here at home for the Lady Indians is their next game after the Thanksgiving break. That'll be against Century. We'll have no radio or internet that night. We'll be with the boys as they're playing over in Elko, Nevada that night. Wood gives it off, almost lost it. Mosier able to pick it up, now back to Wood. Back across to Alder. Alder goes back to Mosier. Mosier dribbles through a crowd, comes out with it, now back out top again to Wood as they're trying to just work some clock again. Wood, look out, got away from one and then turned right into Cargill and draws the foul. Morgan Cargill, that's her first, and the team's fourth. 1:15 left on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Preston leading by 6, trying to just stall the game out. That's the one thing about the high school game. Without the shot clock, they can really freeze the ball. Back to Wood with 1:05 to play. Spins out of that attempted takeaway by Beam, and then goes to Mosier. Mosier goes through her hands, and then trying to get to the ball and keep it in bounds was Ayers, but she tapped it out of bounds. 58 seconds to play. Mosier will bring it in. She gets it into the backcourt to Wood, which is legal, and they foul Wood immediately. That's Beam's second. 5 on the team, so still not going to shoot free throws. They need to give one more foul here quickly. As it goes to Wood, and she immediately is fouled, as this one's going to go against Cargill. That's her second. Now the team's 6th. So now, if they want to foul, that'll put the Preston Indians on the free throw line with a chance for them to miss and then for Twin Falls to get the ball back. 55 seconds left in the game. Mosier, what'd they call? Holding foul against Ayers, her second, and that's going to put Woods at the free throw line. Woods will shoot 1-1 coming into the game tonight, a 57% free throw shooter, and the first one is good, nothing but net. Wood now with 7 in the game. Looking for 8, trying to give her team an 8-point lead. She made them both. So she has 8, 38-30 in the final minute. 50 seconds left on the clock. Cargill drives across the top of the key. Beam for 3. Air ball pulled down by Linhart. She gives it off to Mosier. Mosier's fouled immediately in the backcourt by Beam. That's her third. And that's going to send Mosier to the free throw line. Mosier with 6 points in the game tonight. 39.9 left on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Mosier missed the front end of the 1-and-1, and then a foul by Pugmire from behind. So that'd be free throws at the other end for Pugmire, just her second foul of the night. That's 8 now on both teams. 39.5 seconds left. Indians by 8, trying to milk this one home. Mumford makes the first. Mumford with 5 points in the game, all from the free throw line. Second one, rims in, comes out, and it's going to be handled there by Pugmire. She was standing out of bounds when she picked up the ball. So it goes back over to Idaho Falls, or to Twin Falls rather, underneath their own basket. 36 seconds left now. Ayers gets it in deep to Cargill. Swinging over in the corner. Three-pointer there from Ayers is an air ball taken down by Linhart. Linhart just simply hands it off as she gives it up in the front court as it goes to Alder. And a foul behind the play on Beam. That's going to draw her third. They have her with 4 on the scoreboard, however, so we'll give her an extra one on our sheet as well. There's Alder at the free throw line. The first one from Jessica is good. She now has 13 in the game, which leads all scorers in the contest. Second one, made them both. So it's a 9-point advantage, 40-31, 20 seconds left. Alder trying to look for a three, can't get it, gives it off to Beam. Her three is good, and a timeout quickly called by Twin Falls. So Beam hits a big three, brings it back to a 6-point game with 13 seconds left. We'll keep it here. We'll kind of reset things for you here. There's 13.5 seconds left on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. It's 40-34, Preston on top. Preston with 18 fouls. Twin Falls has 9, so if they want to foul right away to try to get the ball back, it's going to send, it would send any potential free throw shooter to the line to shoot 2, so they'd be in the double bonus. As Coach Nancy Jones drawing up a play on the dry erase board. Now here comes her team back out onto the floor. Ball's going to belong baseline backcourt for Preston. They lead by 6, 40-34. Full court pressure put on here by the Bruins. Alder to bring it in, gets it into Mosier. Mosier dribbles in the crowd, gets it back to Alder, and she's fouled immediately as soon as she got the ball. And that's going to put her on the line to shoot the double bonus, as the foul is going to go against Stotts, her first. So Alder's at the line, now we'll shoot in the double bonus, so she'll get 2. 10 seconds left. First one by Alders is good. Gives her 15 in the game, and that's a very important basket because that makes it a 3-possession game. Second one, rolls in. Puts the Indians up by 8 with 7 with 6. Bream will pop a 3, good! Timeout quickly called again by Idaho Falls with 2 seconds to play. So Beam hits another big 3, and quickly another timeout called by the coach. 5-point lead. 42-37 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard with 2 seconds to play. Realistically, all Preston has to do is get the ball in and just hang on to it. They can foul them. If they can foul, it'll put Preston back at the free throw line. 5 points in 2 seconds is virtually insurmountable. Not going to say completely impossible, but certainly it's about a 99.999% chance that Preston would be able to win the game. They get the ball in. Mosier has it, gives it off to Pugmire, who simply hangs onto it, and that's the way the game ends here tonight. Final score, Preston 42, Twin Falls 37. So Preston increases their winning mark. They've won 3 in a row, and they're now 4-2 as they go into a 9-day break for the Thanksgiving holiday. We'll come back, look at the post-game show, look at the score sheet, and wrap this one up as we continue here on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Welcome back here to Preston High School. As tonight the Preston Lady Indians improved their record to 4-2 on the year with a 42-37 win over Twin Falls, and it was not easy as they had to try to keep Bethany Dow out of foul trouble. She ended up fouling out early in quarter number 4. Liz Linhart had to come in to pick up the bulk of the inside work along with Casey Pugmire, and they were able to keep the lead, although it got down to 1 point only by 1. But then some big shots by the Lady Indians as they end up winning it by 5 here tonight by the final score of 42-37. When you head into a long break like the Indians are going to, well, it's always nicer to go in with a win. That way you don't have to sit on a loss for 9 days. So they'll win the game tonight and now head into the Thanksgiving break and wait 9 days before await the arrival of Century here at Preston High School for a home game coming up on November the 29th. Take a look at the scorecard when we come back. Check the scoring and have more here on the postgame show as we continue right after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Recognized community health center that provides patient-centered healthcare for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable healthcare.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest.
We take a look at the scorecard from tonight's game.
South State Street
as
in Preston.
The Indians win it tonight by the final score of 42-37. First for Twin Falls, as they see their record drop now to 2-2. They've had their 2-game winning streak snapped here tonight. Braylene Stotts played but did not score. Kara Peterson had 5 in the game. Morgan Carlisle also played but did not score. Paige Bream had a total of 6 in the game. With she hit 2 big 3-pointers down the stretch. Caitlin Ayers finished the game with 9. Michaela Rodriguez led the scoring tonight for the Bruins. She had a total of 13 in the game. Gracie Mumford had 5, all on free throws, for a total of 37. For the victorious Lady Indians from Preston, Jessica Alder, the leading scorer in the game for either side. She had 16 points tonight in the game, and a good night for her to step up and come up with her high point game of the year. Elisa Wood had 8 points tonight. Sage Meek played but did not score. Addison Mosier had a total of 6 in the game. Sydney Marlowe played some important minutes down low, but she did not score in the game. Bethany Dow, before fouling out in the fourth quarter, had only 6 points in the game. So a second tough scoring night in a row for Dow, as she's held to single digits tonight. Casey Pugmire played but did not score. Liz Linhart finished the game with a total of 6 points for Preston for a total of 42. So that's the way the game ends, 42-37. Preston improves their record to 4-2 now on the year. Take a timeout. We'll come back and talk about what's on tap for the Lady Indians. We'll do that after this timeout on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
They'll practice a little bit tomorrow and then be able to enjoy the holidays with their family, as they will not take the floor again in competition until November the 29th. That's here when Century comes to town, coming up against the Preston Indians. So the Preston Diamond, or I should say the Century Diamondbacks, will be here on the 29th of November. Now, we will not have radio or internet for that game, as we will be with the boys as they will be playing in Elko, Nevada. I believe they're playing Reno that night, but we'll be with them over in Nevada, and we'll have that game for you coming up on the 29th instead of the Indians and the Diamondbacks here at home. So that'll wrap it up here for tonight. Special thanks to John Beverly back in studio for engineering back at there, and thanks also to to me for bringing you tonight's game. Sorry, I completely drew a blank on what I was going to say. Anyway, thanks again for joining us here tonight as the Lady Indians win it by the final score of 42-37. And we'll talk to you again coming up after Thanksgiving. And please, from all of us here at FM 105.5 and AM 1340 and My Local Radio, have a very happy and safe Thanksgiving holiday, and whatever you might do and where you might be headed, please travel safely. We'll talk to you later here from Preston High School. I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for joining us as I wish you a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.